started in 1969 as a representative of a shipping company, training seafarers and finding employment for them. And then I became principal of the maritime school in Kiribati during the 1970s, and then I was there for 7 years. And then when I left Kiribati, the government of Tuvalu asked me to set up a maritime school there, which I did, and I ran that for a couple of years. When I left Tuvalu, I went to Papua New Guinea and spent a year at the Papua New Guinea Maritime College, and then spent the next 10 years in Australia doing the same thing, maritime training. Eventually I moved from maritime training to maritime administration for 4 years, and then I was invited back to Tuvalu for another 3 years. And when I left Tuvalu at the end of 3 years, I came here, and I've been in Vanuatu for the last 7 years. The training that we were doing in Kiribati was training ratings for overseas employment. It was very, very focused, and we had shipping companies eager to take the crews, so it was training to meet a demand. Tuvalu was very much the same. Papua New Guinea was training very much officers, deck and engineer officers, and ratings for local ships, but the local ships were large ships. Australia was training very much masters and engineers for the fishing fleet and for the charter boat industry. Vanuatu is a combination of everything. We train crew, masters, engineers and ratings for domestic ships. We train hospitality crew for cruise liners. We train ratings for overseas employment. We have an officer cadet training scheme going, and we also take fisheries training to the villages on all the islands in Vanuatu. The training for the fishermen, the rural fisheries training, we normally run two types of training in parallel. One class will be learning about fishing. Why should I fish? How do I fish? What do I do with the fish when I've caught it? The other class will be learning how to look after outboard engines, how to look after boats, maritime safety, and both classes would learn about resource management and small business. The idea being that at the end of a 2-week training program, one person from each class, the two of them together, make an ideal combination. One knows how to look after the boat, one knows how to catch fish.
So that's a complete training. I understand if a young fellow wants to build his own business in fisheries, he can come to the Maritime College and he will get every part of the training to start his own business.
We take training to the villages very much to assist subsistence level village people to improve their lifestyles. Out of that, some of them decide they would like to go into fishing as a business, and we can then carry on advanced training for that. The rural fisheries training very much is training in the village for the village people. Outside that, the training we do for the domestic shipping industry, the people come to us from the domestic shipping industry, deckhands, masters, engineers. They do their training, they get higher level qualifications, and then they go back to the industry. The training for international employment, normally if we were training for foreign fishing vessels, the seafarers would come to us from a recruitment agency, and we would train them, certificate them, and send them back to the recruitment agency for employment. Training for hospitality crew for cruise liners works on the same principle. A crewing agency would recruit, we would do the training and return to the crewing agency. We have some difficulties finding employment. We are in competition with many countries around the world, including Pacific countries, and we need to make the Vanuatu that we train more attractive to the employer than perhaps Filipinos, Indonesians and so on. And finding the right attraction is not easy. I think our training probably is better than New Caledonia. I would like to think it's one of the best in the Pacific. But training is only part of the mixture. It's persuading an employer that it's advantageous to take somebody from Vanuatu to the other side of the world to be employed on the ship. And that's a difficult part. On the fisheries side, I would see an increase in employment for New Vanuatu working on fishing vessels. If this Chinese fish processing plant goes ahead in Panafate, then I would anticipate that there will be increased employment on the Chinese ship servicing that processing plant. On commercial vessels, I am optimistic. In the shipping industry, crewing changes. I mean, many years ago, there were some countries that traditionally supplied seafarers to major shipping companies. Those countries no longer do. It's changed. It's supply and demand, it's economics. At the moment, it's Filipinos, Indonesians, people like that. Slowly with time, these people price themselves out of the market and doors open for new people to come in. I think we are approaching the stage where there will be an increased demand for Pacific Islanders.